Are you pressed for time, by the way? Is there a certain time you want me to keep it at just so I can make sure I get things in?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So there's that.
Hmm.
Let me just grab
I
this
know
link.
I have to. I already did it one way. I ain't talking about the smile.
Uh, no. Like I said, just 1 second. I'm just posting this link out.
Okay, you sending the link for people to join.
Not
So,
not join. Just because so it's broadcasting live on the YouTube, and then
oh, this is live on YouTube. Okay,
yeah, so like people could check it on there, and then they'll be able to go back because it'll be posted. You know what I'm saying? So I'll obviously grab some clips. I'll post them throughout the week, so we keep pushing it. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Uh, all right, here we go. Let me do an intro, and we'll run it. Welcome everybody to Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Tonight, this is episode 48, getting real close to that 50 mark. And tonight we have a special guest. We have I don't know how to explain really. An amazing vocalist, basically, is who we got over here. We got Blue Raspberry, Wu-Tang. I mean, so many accolades on the plate, on the platter, that I'd love to get into. But before any of that, I'm going to take you way back. But why don't you say what's up to everybody? Say what's going on.
Peace. How y'all doing? What up, though?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like I said, I want to take it way back. So I'm kind of familiar about how the whole Wu-Tang thing happened based on just reading up on things. I'm That's how I'm somewhat familiar about that. I would love to get direct familiarity from you with that, but I want to take it all the way back. I want to know when you started to find some kind of passion behind singing.
Oh, you want to take it that
Oh
far
yeah, I
back?
want to take it way back. We digging.
Okay, all right. I got the shovels ready. All right. Well, according to my family, I was like my aunt used to sing at different places, and she would sing stuff like Shaka Khan songs and
Hmm.
um Natalie Cole. You know, she had a band, so she would perform in different places in New Jersey and other states and stuff like that. But she would take me with her. So back in the day, you could have that baby. I'm talking about how old I am. You could have a baby backstage or whatever. So I guess I used to watch her a lot. And she said I'd be like 2 years old and I would be singing. And she said I'd be on point. Like, she was like, I'm the youngest person she ever heard that could sing the way that I did. And I just, kept singing after that. I never really been to church or anything, because I know a lot of singers and grew up in the church and stuff like that. But I just was singing. I'd be eight
That's what's
years
up.
old, 8 years old in elementary school, battling against, upperclassmen and singing.
Oh shit, hold on. So I'm familiar with rap battles because obviously that's what I am. I was familiar doing that in the lunchrooms and lunch tables, but you're talking about singing battles. This is a thing.
Yeah, I used to battle and
Oh
singing.
shit, that's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest. Like I do a little harmony thing here and there, but I didn't know singing battles were like in school, like a thing. I never.
Yeah, like I was 8 years old. Like oh shit, I'm 49 now. But look,
you didn't you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to
no, I
do it.
don't care. I'm proud of that. Trust me, I
Word
am
up.
so proud of it.
Okay, okay.
But no, I'll be like 8 years. Matter of fact, I was in the fourth grade, and When they found out I could sing, it was always somebody I needed to go up against. And then when anybody else said they could sing, they had to go against me last.
Mm.
So yeah, we was in Jersey battling the vocals. Of course, I always won, but we would we would come out and like they would sing a song, and then I would come out with a song, then they'd come back with one, but usually after one or two songs, it wasn't never a third.
That's what's up. So basically what you're saying with this whole storyline right here is that you basically found your passion in music back when you were like
A baby.
a baby. Yeah. You heard the music and you just took right after it and did your own thing with it. And then moving forward, the singing battles, which is crazy. It's still crazy. I mean, it's super dope. Too bad you ain't got recordings of those. That shit would have been.
I know, right? We'd be like right outside on the school grounds or in the cafeteria, going back and forth, head to head. And I get home and my grandparents raised me. So I would be, that's how I was introduced to like a lot of Motown. And then they would play the Emotions a lot, James Brown, Shaka Khan, Natalie Cole, Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr., Ashford and Simpson, Diana Ross, Billie Holiday, Ella Fitzgerald, just the Temptations, grew up on the Stylistics, Johnny Cash.
So listen some of these people real quick. Can you basically say who might have been one of your biggest inspirations as far as other singers that you grew up listening to?
My biggest inspiration in style, that I used to like Stevie Wonder and everyone from Motown. Biggest inspiration as far as vocal, I would say Shaka Khan, Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, Stephanie Mills. So I can't just like pick one.
Yeah.
I like them all, even James Brown.
So being a singer, growing up then and looking at all these random singing competitions of today, how do you feel about things like that? Like, because none of that was even around back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Like
the only thing I saw Star Search, but that was
yeah. So like how do you feel like, because I feel like every week there's a new singing competition and some of them are real whack and some of them are just like the most random dumb shit. Like yesterday, for example, I was sitting downstairs after work. I'm eating some dinner, right? And randomly my brother's on the couch and he's flipping through channels or whatever. And then my mom calls my brother and is like, "Oh, you got to put this show on." And he puts this show on and it's called like Sing Avatar or some dumb shit. And it's basically like,
oh my gosh,
it's like these there's a whole nother grouping of judges, right? That judge people, but they don't see the person. They see an avatar.
Oh, I know what
ego.
you're talking about. You know what? Everything has gotten so watered down, infiltrated, commercialized that it is crazy. And we are speaking openly, correct?
Oh, yes, very open.
Okay. To be honest, I could say all of his bullshit.
I'll tell you right now, a lot of this shit is whack as fuck. It's real whack.
It is because, like The Voice, even competitions like The Voice and stuff like that, there's people that really have some good talent that go on there. And it's a shame that you got to compete. So, for so long and only one person wins. But as you know, a lot of times the ones that they would quote unquote be the underdog, they actually would be the ones scoring the movie, getting the movies, getting their albums done and stuff like that. And then, the paperwork and the contracts probably be so bogus, they own you for I don't know how long. And it just, you know, I just wish it was like it was before, like it really went off of town, like where sometimes you could run into somebody at a blues speakeasy or something that's famous and really doing something or whatever, and then they see you and it's like, okay, I want that person, this and that. Not, oh, come get in this competition, or you gotta
Mm.
get into this or whatever, and all this is bullshit.
Speaking about that, about being discovered by someone, can you touch on that initial meeting, the initial meeting of the whole Woo interaction? Like, how did that happen?
Well, it was at the Impact convention in Atlantic City,
Mm-hmm.
and working in the casino, and me, about three, four of my girls, we was getting ready to go to this mall on the ocean called Ocean One off the boardwalk. And we was walking past, we was like, let's see who up in here. So we walking through the casino floor, and Somebody Loves You by Patti LaBelle was playing on the intercom. Now, I was shy, but when something's playing on the intercom or whatever, and I feel like ain't nobody really paying attention, I sing like ain't nobody else in the world. You know, I walk and just sing or whatever. And it was Ghost, Ray, I think Inspector Deck was standing there, um, Meth. I forgot exactly what they were doing, but they were standing like, you know, on the pillar inside the casino, and me and my girls was walking past, and you know, I'm singing, "Somebody Loves You, Baby," you know, just singing. I think it was at the end part, and
Yeah.
one of them turned around, was like, "Yo, yo," and I'm singing and I'm walking. So my cousin, Rasheen and Rhonda, they like, yo, they calling you. I turned around and they was like, come here, because I didn't know who they were calling. So I went back and they was like, yo, can you sing that again? And I'm all quiet, like, looking at them. And my cousin like, nah, she could sing. She could sing. You better sing, damn it. She could sing. So I did it again. And, you know, they liked it. And they was like, yo, we, you know, want you to meet our producer or whatever. So I looked at my cousin like, where you at? And so he was like, yo, come with us. And so I was like, all right. So we, you know, my girls came with me and we went up there, and that's when I met RZA. And I met Genius, I met Jizza, um, the manager they had at the time. And, you know, RZA heard me, and then we sat at the desk in front of the hotel, and he was like, look, I'm not even going to say if, but when we blow up, we want you to come, you know, I want you to come with us. So from that point, it was like probably close to a year almost. We just was close. You know, Ray and Ghost used to come down to the crib and stuff like that. And,
That's what's up.
you know, and RZA called one day and was like, yo, you ready? At the time I was calling him Rakim. And he was like, yo, you ready? I was like, am I ready? I was like, yeah. Cause I also did the Apollo. Like my job had sponsored a couple of busloads to the Apollo. And so after, you know, we got close and everything, like family, me and RZA, I was on my way, you know, for my third win at the
Hmm.
Apollo. And then you hear people from the Apollo was like, there's people running up the back stairs with army gear on, with fatigues on, and this and that, and we're standing outside. And here come Meth, here come RZA, here come. I was like, oh shit, and they said flat out, they was like, man, she Wu-Tang, she don't need no fucking Apollo. And they was out there like, hey, can we get a picture taken? But see, before they was on some other shit, the people from the Apollo. But after, you know, RZA came, they was like, oh, is that Wu-Tang? Was like, can we get a picture? Can we get a picture? And he was like, RZA was like, man, fuck that. I was like, she ain't, she Wu-Tang, fuck Apollo. I was like, yeah, I heard what the nigga say.
Oh
So
man.
from
So
that point on, everything was everything. I remember first, when I first went up there, like I was going back and forth to Staten Island anyway, because I spent a lot of time with RZA in the basement, working on a lot of music, creating, um, just practicing my vocals and stuff like that. And the first one that I recorded too, first song was Heaven and Hell.
oh,
And
okay.
movie Fresh came out. So, but Heaven and Hell actually came out a little bit later than the movie. So when it finally came out, I'm asleep. I wake, phone call, phone ringing, and I'm like sleepy as hell. Eyes probably crusty shut. And I was sitting there like, hello. Oh my God, you ain't tell me you was singing. We ain't know you was with Wu-Tang. And I'm like, oh yeah. I was yo, let me call you back. And then, like back in the day when they came out with Call Wait, and that click was loud as hell. And so I'm sitting there like, all right, I'll call you back. Then it's like, boom, boom, I was like, hold up. And I'm on a cordless phone. So I clicked over. They was like, turn on video jukebox. I turned video jukebox on. That video was playing back to back to back to back to back. I said, oh, okay. Like, but I never was one to be like, oh shit, yeah, that's me. Nah, I wasn't like that. It was like, oh no, I ain't think I need to tell y'all I was singing. I just did it. I never was one to like get real hyper or anything like that. I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
try to keep myself planet solid, you know. And people started coming to the crib like, yo, that was you in that video. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, other people like, oh shit, I'm on TV. But I just was like, wow. Inside, I was just like, word. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just wanted to, I didn't want to get all souped up or nothing like that because I just wanted to stay myself. I didn't want anything to really change from how it was. Just like, I kept my job all the way through.
That's what's up. I mean, for a lot of I feel like who was it? It was actually when I first met uh Fredro Star Onyx because me and him have a relationship. Um he when I told him yeah, I've been doing music for this long and this long whatever and uh but I have a full-time job too or whatever and he was and I was like he's like, "Oh, well there ain't nothing wrong with that." Like do that shit. Like if you can have a full-time cuz I mean think about it like this. So like I have a ton of music friends, right? That I know that do music, and there's some of them that do music full time as a full time job, where that's all they do. But um, I'm still able to uh, leave my job because I get like 4 or 5 weeks vacation, right? I'm still able to leave my job, do tours when I need to, and then I still got my insurance. You know what I'm saying? I get a regular paycheck, and then I get music money. You know what I'm
Ex-
saying? So I
exactly.
mean, so I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't think at all to make that decision.
Music is my passion. My passion is not supposed to stress me.
Mm,
Wasn't
mm,
gonna passion my bread and butter because when you do these performances, when you go to perform, to me, that's that what if money. But when you are working, getting your benefits, making sure your children got insurance, good insurance, and making sure, everyone's well fed. And, I wanted to be a mother, because I had just had my son not too long. So when I had my son, I automatically went into nurturer mode. I went into mommy mode,
okay.
so
Yep.
I I could have put, all my eggs in one basket for music or whatever, but I always loved to sing and I didn't want anything to make me not love it. So I always say that guaranteed money is way better than that what if money. Until that what if money starts covering them pockets like that guaranteed money, I'm going to
Mm,
keep doing what I'm doing. Like right now, I still sing and everything, but I'm an assistant director in artificial intelligence now. So music, I love my music. Music is my go-to. Music is my safe haven. You
Yep.
can't bring the hardships into your safe haven.
I feel it. I feel all of that. Definitely. Like once you lose the love for what your passion is, you know, that's real hard right there. And I feel like once people transition in and nothing about it, I feel like once you transition and all you're doing it for is the business aspect, you
Yeah,
lose the love. You lose
exactly.
that love because then it becomes nothing but a full-time job. And 90% of people that I know um don't like their their
Yeah,
full-time job as being something that that they love to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
right.
I love the money I make, but do I love my full-time job? Fuck no, I don't. I hate it.
Well, you know what I could say? I
I
don't.
mean, your full-time job sounds like it might be fresh though.
Yeah, I'm making a lot. Cause see, my whole focus is if my kids get sick
Mm,
and I'm just doing music, that's a hardship. That's gonna stress me, which is going to move over into my music. I couldn't let that happen. So, I constantly step back away
mm.
from the music. And back then I stepped away because, I wanted to see my kids' first steps. I wanted to see their first teeth. I wanted to be there when they got sick. I wanted to be there to go and cuss a teacher out when shit happens.
Oh
I
yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
be there to whoop their ass when they needed it. So if I'm gone like that, what my kids gonna be like? Yeah, she took care of us, she sent us money, but we ain't got no health insurance or nothing like that, and we don't see our mama.
Mm,
Oh yeah, she's famous and this and that. When's the last time you seen her? A few months ago.
yeah.
I never wanted to be like that with babies. Now my kids are grown, so
But I mean, even stepping back, you were part of a lot of amazing things, a lot of amazing songs. Um, whether they were whether you did hooks on songs, whether you did full songs. Um, one of my favorite um joints that you're on, and it's probably one of my favorite solo Woo joints of all time. Is the Raekwon Rainy Days joint. That I mean that joint, I don't know. Like it's just like when I first heard it, I was like, who is that? Who is that starting that? Who is that singing that? Starting that off. I was like, man, that shit is crazy. And it set the whole tone of that joint, set the whole thought process going into it. And then like the rapping comes on, the rapping's fresh, the beat's fresh. I really think the song wouldn't be what it was without you on the song. And
wow.
and
Thank
I'm being real. Without the hook on that song to make it what it is, like with the intro, with the hook, without that happening, it's it's still dope. It's still dope because Ray and Ghost did their thing on it, verse wise. But the vibe of the song changes without you on it. You know what I'm saying? From what I feel, like the
yeah.
whole vibe of the song changes if you're not on that song. And then I'm not saying it would happen, but I feel like if I go back and listen to Only Built for Cuban Links and I go through the track list and I hear Rainy Days without your hook on it, I'm telling you, it's probably not gonna be my favorite song on the record no more.
Yo, that's
It's just the vibe. It's the
one
vibe of
yet
it.
did not say that.
Hmm?
I haven't met anyone yet that did
What?
not
Word. That's what's up. I mean,
say
that's what I'm saying though. That's and the thing is like, um, well, be before we even, because I was actually going to play that joint because I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear it with you on here with me. But before we even get into that, I wanted to ask you because I skipped ahead because it's just how it rolled with it. But what I wanted to ask was, is there a favorite early Wu joint that you were on that you were a part of? Is there something? Is there something that you did that's one of your favorite things that you've done? I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot there.
There's a lot.
Something that stands out to you.
Well, it wasn't Tikal or Cuban Links or whatever, but I think the vocals I did on Capadonna's Young Hearts
okay,
shined a lot more on that. I think Rainy Days too.
Rainy Days is fresh. I mean,
because I kind of up near the end, and yeah, Rainy Days too.
Yeah, Rainy Days is classic. I'm saying, but yes, you did get off on that Capadonna joint for real. Wow. So yeah, so can we play it? Let's go in here and let's play Rainy Days. Just for I mean, people should know this, you know what I'm saying? But let's play it. Let's vibe out for a second. This Rainy Days. We're sitting here with Blue Raz on Pick Apart the Passion podcast. This is a beautiful thing. So we're gonna play Rainy Days. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk a little bit more and move into some of her album material, which I'm excited to get into. But yeah, here's Rainy Days. Pick Apart the Passion podcast.
It's a mystery inside of how I'm gonna get mine. I'm thinking about so many ways of how to conquer these rainy days.
You sang beautifully just now.
I sang for him, and he isn't here.
What's going down, man? Word, man. What's up, like? Niggas just fucking robbed my gate, man. Word? I'm fucking, yo, I'm gonna murder somebody, man. I sit back and count ways on how to get rich, son. So improve, ask my bitch, stood up late nights, build with my A and lights. We can pull a heist, snatch ice or rock mics, but this rap shit got me wanna clap back the lats. How it goes, the only pesos made from scratch, but in due time, soon to get mine like Bubsy. Heavy on the wrist, polo mock socks and rugbies. Old flips remind me of Gucci's. Back in Union Square when Little Max Mill blast Pierre, that was Bill. Fast forward, 94, who got the bad bass? Filthiest fingers scream for more, bless me out of state. Howdy, Jake Starks is back. Niggas want work, now I'm brought back off a G-Pack. Coke rocks, flood the co-ops, living gossip. Them big lip niggas singing, the cops need the boxing. Stop it, the project's over flooded with slow leaks. The fiends get, new faces get wrapped in sheets. I gotta get mine, like my old earth, bless the cheese line. Sipping on fine wines, the power of the blacks refined. Divine, waiting on these royalties takes too long. It's like waiting on babies. It makes me wanna slay thee, but that's ungodly. So yo, God, pardon me. I need it real quick. The dough flow like penmanship. Me heads get pistol whip. I blow spots like horse shit. So now, talk shit it, nigga. What? snow and earthquakes, the beat breaks, cause all my niggas to break, son. Styles are similar to criminals locked up with gats. Ghetto tabernacles is fucked up. I live once though, the mind stays infinite. Traveling to touch 9 planets in my midst while I carry to earn a decent salary. Soon get married, raise a family, but the plan will be real great. To sit up in the loft, count stacks and max, and real cats go watch my back. But listen to the woo, son, and maintain it's all real. Starving individuals kill. I buck what's only right, leave the poison alone. Projects infested with rats, cats, and crack homes. Half of us will try to make it, the other half will try to take it. So many fake, half real, freedom real. Born to science, my alliance analyzes wild surprises. Keeping my eyes wide to this, the unfortunate. Laying in mountains, counting with jewelry on. Can it be the next team house the horn? Chill done, just for real ones, like the liar. I hate to have to tie the next guy up. Pay attention to 10 wings. Who blinks? Now I'm staring you the truth. Buckle up. Now who's a legend? Word up, done. Peace to Philly, VA. These days. Word up, dog. Word up. Sun, moon, and stars. Fly cars. Word up, dog.
No sunlight, more gunfights. Lost him to the street light. Street light. No cash flow, no more dough. He's someone I don't even know. Someone I don't know. Rainy. Getting through those rainy days. 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 I lost into the street light. The street light.
Yeah. Take- so take, how's it starting over? It's starting over. Starting over. Didn't want to stop. Didn't want to stop. But yo, so take me there. Take me to that studio session. Did it have? Were y'all in the booth together, or did you come in later and lay that down?
Actually, I didn't come in later. I was there when the music got created.
Oh shit, that's what's up. So that so
Ray,
is that,
Ray and them hadn't even heard it yet. It's just so happens we was in RZA's basement. I'm about to tell you a story that a lot of people don't know.
oh shit.
So one of the songs that I liked was, I don't know if you remember, Donna Summer and Barbara Streisand. It's like, it's raining, it's pouring, my love life is boring me. So I was behind the mic. Like every time I went in the RZA's basement, like I would sing. Like he would press record. Like he's good at catching that genie in a bottle.
Yeah.
So, let me plug this thing in. He's good at catching that genie in a bottle. So that's basically what happened. And even then, when I was singing that, Rainy Days really wasn't even thought about, the track. So the I actually played that.
Oh shit.
There was something that came in my head and that I remembered from back in like 1983. And I started, it was like, then just started slowing it down, just shortening it up. And RZA was like, yo, do that again. So I did. And then he got it, recorded it, and then, built it up. Next thing I know, here's Rainy Days. So once I heard the track, I went through and I recorded on it, but this was I don't remember if this was before or after Raydum had got on. I think it was, this was after they had got on it. So it was like, wow, that became Rainy Days. Okay. That was dope.
Shit. So the actual so some of the singing on there you just did, and he just caught it and then used it, or is that how that happened?
After he heard me singing that song Enough Is Enough, that's when
Mhm.
started going through, like, switching the words up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I recorded it.
That's what's up. I mean,
And then all of a sudden, here's Rainy Days. Like, oh shit, I didn't know it's gonna turn into all that, but hey, it's dope.
super dope, and the fact that you played that melody, I mean, that's wow. That's
exactly where it came from, but that's here.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's a super dope story, because like I said, that's one of my favorite joints on that record, and to hear all that and how that came about, that's super dope.
That was really a good collab right there.
Yeah. So there's this random thing that I saw when I'm looking for some of your music. I think I don't remember what year it was that it said this, but there's something that randomly popped up on the YouTube where it says Blue Raspberry, formerly of Wu-Tang. Well, I mean,
well,
I don't. Is
that's
that the step back, or I mean, I don't. Yeah.
And because right now I'm a free agent.
Yeah.
Before I was signed under RZA, so I'm a free agent right now, but I'm still Wu. I mean, everybody, especially from then, that's what it's going to be. Period. That's where I come from. But when I say formerly of Wu-Tang, that means, okay, I'm not signed anymore.
Okay.
So I'm free to do what I want, but I know I'm always going to represent where I come from.
Yeah.
So that didn't mean, formerly of Wu-Tang didn't mean I don't rep that W, because I still do. And I'm always going to walk my dogs for it. But am I signed to it? No.
Okay. And you were there from early. You were there from very early on. So this is just a fun question, just because I want to know what you think about it. Because I see mixed feelings. The Wu Saga show, right?
Whoa. Woo! I was waiting for that one.
The Wu Saga show, being there as early as you were there, and seeing the show, how it's going. I mean, what do you think?
It's dope. I mean, it's a show that I see everyone to watch. Dope storylines, and anything W is gonna fly. You know what I mean? But, and I wonder if Riz is watching this. Dude's a good actor. The first season, he did his thing. He spoke regular. But being as though I've been around RZA way back, and knowing how he speaks,
RZA does not speak with so many spaces every 3 words. And it just, I think maybe it's just me because I just wish dude just talk like his normal self. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
not try so hard to sound like RZA because he killing it. He killing it. And I don't mean that in a good way. But you drown that out. The show's good. Like, dude playing
Yeah.
Ghost, doing his thing. Dude playing Math, doing his thing. Power, the one playing Power. All of the actors in there doing their thing. But that mother,
To have a TV show.
yeah, first rap group to have a TV show like that. But that one, everybody has their own voice. You know, some of them don't sound like Ghostface or anything, but he's killing his part. He rocking that shit.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But the one playing Riz is like, dude, please stop talking like that. I be turning the show off because I don't like how it sounds.
And I see a lot of people saying that. Like a lot of people are complaining about him, particularly like his like how he's talking in the show and everything like that. They love the show, like you said. They love
the show.
But yeah,
But you know, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer to it though. But it's just like, how can I give it all 30, 50 mics in that one?
You know what's crazy?
and that,
What's crazy is that Wu-Tang show, all these little kids is watching that. So imagine how many more Wu-Tang is coming.
They can't end that shit.
yeah, and the thing about it is, doesn't like RZA signs off on the seasons, right? Doesn't he do that?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean,
Hey, I'm this type of person. Signs off on that. If he like it, I love it. But I don't like the way that dude speaks because he does not sound like my bro. If you're trying to capture the way someone speaks, you need to study the way they speak.
mm,
Yeah, try too hard. Like, no, he does not sound like RZA at all. I don't know. He sounds like a Kung Fu Hustle movie. Like, RZA don't even talk like that.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, dude's a good actor though. I've seen him act in other movies. He's a
Yeah.
real good actor.
Yeah.
It's just in the saga, I just wish he used his normal, natural voice like the other ones do. Now, Davies, yo, he could play Meth in he could be his straight biopic in a documentary like Dave East. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Davies killing it. But
Even
There's-
though what's the name that played Raekwon, he doing a good job.
yeah.
Yeah, Meek Moore. Yeah, he doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean the show's dope. The show's dope. It's definitely dope. And they'll definitely probably be around as long as they keep moving with it. I don't really see it. I mean, there's a lot of story there. There's a lot more,
It is.
you know what I'm saying?
It is.
So there's a lot more that they could build off of to make it continue. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, Wu's still doing shit now. Like they're,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
what I'm saying. I could see all that shit happening right now. Like, Wu has, how can I say, they have broken down so many barriers. They have did so much, changed the game so much with everything that it's like you can't, even though, I just have to make an exception with the way dude talk because I don't want the saga to end.
Yeah. Yeah. So uh, let's backtrack just a little bit. I want to ask, did you ever tour with Wu? Did you ever tour with them and actually do like live shows with them?
I did a couple, but no, I don't tour with them. Um, Now you may catch me on stage with them here and there, but no, I didn't tour with them.
Have they brought you out recently to do anything?
Well, the show in Detroit, before Corona hit, we did the Movement Festival.
Okay.
I don't know if you seen me post the pictures. Jizza actually posted the pictures about me not too long ago on it.
I don't know if I saw those.
And then
mean-
a little bit before that, me, Ray, and Ghost did Low End Theory in LA.
Hmm. You don't have any plans of hitting this they're touring right now. You're not gonna step out and do one of them, are you? Because I think I just saw that tour. I don't know.
I talked to Math yesterday. I think they only had one more show. Maybe a
Really?
couple more shows before the end of the year.
There's like a trio tour.
Oh, you talking about Ghost, Ray?
Ghost, Ray, and Jizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know their dates, but if they were like, say, I'm here in Philly and they come to Philly, or I'm in Charlotte and they in Charlotte, I'll be at the show.
Yeah.
And 12 times out of 10, you're going to see me on stage. So that's basically how, it's done right now.
That's what's up.
But do I tour with them? No.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that would be a lot. Plus, I mean, you talking earlier about, mother and stuff like that, and then you got your job, obviously.
But see, my kids are grown now, so
Yeah. Yeah.
But my job, my thing is, if it's going to cover what I'm going to lose at my job,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah, then I do it.
I totally feel that. I've turned down shows that they're just like, oh, come out, do it for the love. I'm like, so you want me to miss my day of work to come out and do a show, take off of work to do a show that I could maybe sell the amount of merch to make the money that I would have made in a day of work.
I don't chase what if money.
Yeah. So
I relax and work with my guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm. I feel that. So let's talk about this Within project. Because this is more of your newer album or EP that you put together.
Yeah, that's just something I threw
Right.
out. I'm actually working on real ones now. Raekwon's featuring on it, Geechee Suede featuring on it. I'm working with Inspector Deck right now. I think it's Czarface, and me and Deck gonna be going back and forth. Yeah, I got some shit in the works right now. I'm getting ready to go to LA. Well, I'm getting ready to go to Cali next month because I'm working with Focus too.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So that Within album, I wanted to just go ahead and put something out, be like, okay, yeah, she's still singing. You know what I'm saying? So
But this is when I heard this, it took me back to real R&B.
what my Within album I just released?
It did. It took me back to like real R&B shit because
Wow.
So yeah, I listen to hip hop pretty hardcore, but in my car playlist, I mean, I listen to a lot of different things, and growing up I listened to a lot of R&B as well as hip hop, and I feel like that 90s R&B, I mean, that was a time. That was same with
Yeah.
hip hop. That was
Yeah.
a time. And
That's what
the
I
vi-
wanted to capture.
And you did. You captured it. The vibe of this takes me back to that era of R&B, and it's beautiful because it's not like
Yeah.
it's not like the R&B today. I feel like a lot of R&B today turns into pop.
Right.
It's not even R&B no more. Now it's
Right.
just a pop song. And I'm not even trying to hate on people about doing it, but I feel like random example, Beyonce's making pop records to me. She ain't making R&B records because her shit's gonna reach a different mass of people. So she's making pop records. She's like,
Right.
fuck the R&B shit. I'm making pop shit now. And that's why I feel like a lot of R&B singers nowadays do. But with this, even though you said, "Oh, I just threw it out there," I'm telling you, this right here, it takes you back to that feeling, that vibe.
Wow,
That's-
thank you, because that's what I was trying to capture.
That's what it is. I mean, I feel like, I mean, did people sleep on this? Because there's some joints on here that are like,
I never really announced it coming out.
you kind of just was like, you guys need
Yeah,
some new music.
I
Here you
just
go.
put it on DistroKid. It was like, I just want to get rid of these songs. Like, all right, here you go.
So, did you make these? Are these older joints, or are these something?
A couple of them are, but most of them aren't.
Okay, well, I want to play one of my favorites. This is one of
Oh,
my
okay.
favorites on here. This What's Good. I
Oh,
lo-
okay.
I love this joint. There's like 3 joints that I really like. Like What's Good, Sandman's is that dessert or dessert?
Dessert.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Sandman's Dessert and What Would I Do Without You? Those 3 joints to me.
Yeah, what I
mean,
would do without you, Ron G said that was his shit.
it's the whole vibe of it. The whole vibe of that song is crazy. I want to play. I don't want to keep you too long. I want to play What's Good. I want to play What Would I Do Without You. We'll go over those. I want to know what the inspiration is. I want to know behind those songs. And then yeah, and then we can move into a little, if you could talk about it a little bit. I mean, you did a little bit, but if you could talk a little bit about what you got in the works coming up. We'll drop your socials, and I also want to know if you remember, because it's been a minute. I want to know if you remember how I first interacted and met you, because you don't, and I I could tell by the face. But yo, because I remember. But anyway, let's
Oh,
get
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
so let's get into What's Good. We'll come back. We'll talk about it. Yeah, this is off the Within EP, Pick Apart the Passion podcast, Blue Raspberry, Wu-Tang. Yes, this is a beautiful thing. What's Good? Let's play it.
In the middle of the night, I woke up yearning for you. You holding my pillow tight, pretending that it was you. It's just something about the things you do. Everywhere I looked, in my eyes I saw you. I try to keep my mind off of you, and I don't know what to do. I know you feel the heat. I see it in the way you look at me. What's good? I'm not the one to speak, but I don't wanna let you slip away from me. What's good? Now you got me on the dance floor, straight up rubbing me. Ooh, I try to move away to keep space, but temptation's a crazy thing. wanna let you slip away from me. What's good? Ooh, how?
That's a beautiful thing right there.
That's actually version. There is a more finished version of that I have not released.
I mean, what's going on with that? You putting that out?
Oh, there's more added to it, like the part where the music just came in just now. They're singing over that part. There's a little bit of talking through the verses.
The crazy thing about this to me is you were going for, that golden era hip hop sound, the vibe with this project, and you hit that, you did that. I feel like in this day and age, it's even if people want to go back and try to recreate what like the vibe of, the 80s style of rap or anything like that. Like a lot of people can't get that down to that point. But this, like seriously, like this, I close my eyes, I think of shit back in the day, and I'll be back in that. I'll be back in that era. I'll be back in that time. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the vibe of this is, and it's great. It's great. This is great. Like I said, I know you just said you threw it out there, but this is amazing music. I feel. So yeah.
I should have promoted it more, but I ain't really promote it. I just, put it on there, just, DistroKid. Okay, here's some music.
But did you love making it? Did you love creating it?
Yeah. Actually, my producer, he's in Raleigh, Docs. And while I was singing it, Crisis was in there with me.
Okay. Shouts to
Crisis
Crisis.
was like, huh?
I said shouts to Crisis.
Yeah, he was in there with me. And I think I was going kind of hard at first. Not, he was like, just give it more breath. Give it more breath. And so Crisis kind of made me relax a little more with it. And that's how it came out. He was like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is super dope. And the other joint I want to play, the What Would I Do Without You? That joint is also very dope.
Thank you.
So is that where? So you said you recorded this in Raleigh, and you're in
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Well, I was living in Raleigh at the time.
Oh,
no, actually,
okay.
I was living in Greensboro, going back and forth. Then I moved to Raleigh.
Rand, since you just described that, what do you think of Greensboro? I actually played a show there on tour. It was a very interesting, very interesting show. I saw one of the craziest things I ever seen in my life in Greensboro. After the day after, I'm gonna tell you, the day after the show, me and my lady were just going around the town, whatever, and because I brought her with me on this tour, and because she had never done anything like that. Now, it was an amazing time for her. But yes, we were, so I bring her on this tour and we're exploring Greensboro the next day. There ain't really nothing in Greensboro nothing that stands out. So we go downtown, right? And we're walking around the downtown area, I think like the main park area or whatever. And then we see this little art thing or this art bench off to the side or whatever. And then when we walk by the art bench, I'm looking over to my right, and then I look back forward, and I look to my right. A guy at the double. I think I triple taked. I think I had the triple take to look over. There's this lady, straight taking a shit in between.
Oh my God!
In between, like the art place steps and the wall, like just crouched down. Just taking a there ain't no bushes around. I'm talking about just straight squat taking a shit. And she's looked dead at us. Looked dead at us. And
grunted, didn't she? Looked dead at y'all and kept grunting.
Kept going. Then it didn't stop. I never. I mean, I've seen some shit. I mean, I'm in Milwaukee. I've seen some shit. Have you ever been to Milwaukee, by the way?
Actually, no. I want to visit in the wintertime. No.
No, you don't. You
Yeah, I
don't
do.
want to.
I want to go to Alaska. Come on now.
Oh, you love the snow like that? You know, Milwaukee gets like the coldest. Wisconsin in general gets some of the coldest winters.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you, can y'all see the northern lights from up there?
Sometimes they say you can if you go up to the very upper Wisconsin. They say you can in the UP area, but I've never been up there to even try to explore it like that. But
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I want to go to Alaska. Move to Alaska.
move.
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn, that's a big move. That's there ain't nothing there. I mean,
Mm.
I think the main town is like 200,000.
Anchorage.
Anchorage, I think, has 200,000 people. I think that's the main town. And the
What it
next
needs.
town, you straight with that? You good? I'm a city person. I'm a city person. That to me, that's too isolated.
And
Plus,
see, Anchorage is pretty city. Like the only thing is the reason I'm gonna tell you the reason why I want to move up there, and hopefully me and my husband will end up there, is because you see how it is down here, right?
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to jump on. It's like, I'm serious. Like if I was probably in the sky and looked at everybody down in this part of the United States, it probably look like a bunch of frogs jumping over each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's so Alaska is not the same as down here, even though it's a part, of the United States. You can plant a cabbage and rear damn near a 90-pound cabbage in that ground.
Hmm.
Like, and then you have the northern lights. That's inspiration. That's motivation. That's come out on the porch in a big thick ass blanket with a cup of chocolate or something and looking up in the air and just with a notebook or just putting you in a whole different zone.
I totally feel that. I feel that.
And then on top of that, if everything falls here, Alaska is basically like the last real frontier that has the best resources to live.
Hmm.
In the ground, the moose walking in the woods and stuff and then you could put the meat, if you kill a moose or you get some, a ox or something like that, buffalo.
Yeah.
And shit go down. You got meat for over 6 months that you are preserving in the ground, and it keeps it cool. So and then they have natural springs. So if I had a choice to be like, where would you choose to survive? I would be in Alaska.
I mean, I never heard
Alaska
anybody break
can
it
get
down
up
like that.
to
That's crazy.
95 degrees in the summertime.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I heard
Yeah.
heard the summers. Yeah, it could definitely get warm up there. I also heard it's one of the most beautiful places
It is
on the
It's
planet.
Oh my gosh, it is. And and I think it's so interesting that, the summertime, you can come out at 3:00 in the morning and it look like it's 12:00 in the afternoon.
So have you been here?
Yeah.
You've traveled. How many times have you traveled there?
A couple of times, but I fell in love.
All right. So here's a random story about Alaska. I was never there. I know a MC that goes by the name of Kubala that used to live in Colorado, and she played basketball for Alaska.
Mhm.
So that's one connection I know. But this other thing is, I played a show in Oklahoma City once, or no, that's not right. I played a show in Tulsa,
Mhm.
Oklahoma once, and the show was crazy. Like it was like me and my dude Soul True we drove to this show. We weren't even gonna do the show. We drove to it through like one of the craziest rainstorms I've ever drove a car through. And I'm talking about like we get off, like I felt like I hydroplaned the entire freeway to get off. And then when we get off, I go down this little ditch and there's water shooting out of the sewer cap, like a river forming. Somehow we got to the venue, and we get to the venue. There's actually some people there because probably they didn't want to leave and go home because they were like, the weather outside is super fucked up. So we're just going to stay here. And there's a guy I talked to, whose wife is from Alaska, and he ended up moving there with her. And he told me there's music festivals out there that you should do that are super dope. But he also told me you got to do the drive. Have you ever done the drive?
No.
He said you got to do the drive, but in order to do the drive, you got to be a survivalist. He said if you do the drive, you need to bring 2 gigantic fucking fuel cans because there's nothing there. It's literally, if you get stranded, ain't nobody checking for you. Like, that's it.
So what part of Alaska?
So
Because if it's Fairbanks and between Anchorage and Fairbanks, there's probably nothing.
It might be that, but I'm talking about, he's talking about the drive from whatever the last city is in Canada up the whole side to get there. And then like he said that drive, he said it's an amazing drive.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful, amazing drive, but he said it's a very dangerous drive because if you're not well prepared, that might, you're just get stranded and people ain't checking for you because nobody knows that you're there. Is basically
because ain't nobody going out there.
So I mean, I was just curious if so you flew in when you went. You never did the drive.
No. I don't plan on it. I like to get where I'm going.
Because I was like, you break it down. Alaska, you talking about you want to come to Wisconsin, see the north. I'm thinking like Blue Raspberry is on some she loves the nature, she loves the outside. I'm thinking like, oh, you're gonna do the drive then one day. But no.
And then but you know what? Then on top of that, why am I going to pay $100 for a colossal king crab leg when I could just go to the water and grab that colossal crab myself, the whole damn crab?
Yeah.
You're up there saving money.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's
And
probably
then
a lot
I don't
of
think there's any taxes, no federal taxes.
I mean, you gonna make me
it's one of those.
You gonna make me rethink my whole retirement in the future.
And people get paid to live there each year. And let alone it's beautiful. Everywhere you go is scenery. You go out in your backyard and the lake is overflowing with salmon.
Yeah.
And down here, the price you pay for what? Man, I'll be
all right.
there.
I'm sold on it. My next vacation, I'm finding a way. I'm going to Alaska. I'm sold now because you broke it down in such a way that I'm like, now I need to get there at some point in time.
And look at Chena Hot Springs. Look into staying there. They got the bar is an igloo.
Oh shit. That's what's up.
Like, yeah.
I mean, everything you're talking about makes it sound like an amazing place, and now I want to go. But
yeah, I'm trying to move there. Trying to retire in Alaska.
Whatever, there it is. After you put out this next project, though, right?
Yeah, after next year. Yeah.
So let's play this. What would I do without you? Let's play that. We'll come back. We'll talk about that briefly, and then we'll go into what you got in the works. If you can talk about it, you drop your socials, and I do a outro. And like I said, I want to know if you remember where we had our first interaction at, and we're going to talk about that. But
Don't
Let's
make
play.
me think. I gotta think all day for what. Don't make me think.
Well, maybe I'll just break it down and see if you remember it then. But
Yeah.
but here it is. So, what would I do without you? Blue Raspberry. This is off the Within EP. Pick Apart the Passion podcast. Let's play this. This is a beautiful song right here. Here we go.
You want to sleep?
I don't know what I'd do without you. What I'd do without you. You're my baby boy. Standing here telling you just how I feel. I love and respect you for being so damn real. All I want, all I need is you and nobody else. Don't you ever leave, 'cause I want you to myself. You're my baby. You're my baby. I don't know what I'd do without you. What I'd do without you. You're my baby boy. Can you recall that night in front of the club? The looks that we shared and shown each other love. I didn't know that it would be you here with me, sharing my life to the end of time. You're my baby. You're my baby. My baby. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're my baby boy. You're my baby. You're my baby. You're my baby. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're my baby boy. That's alright. Don't think that I don't alright for you. I will give everything I own. 'Cause you're my baby. You're my baby. You're my baby. I don't know what I'd do without you. What I'd do without you. You're my baby boy. You're my baby. You're my baby. I don't know what I'd do without you. You're my baby boy. You're my baby. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. I don't know what I'd do without you. Without you. What would I do? You're my baby boy. Baby boy.
Yeah, that is that's a great song. That is a great song. What do
you.
you what how do you decide? How do you decide as a singer of where to place certain elements in the song? I'm curious because I don't ever classify myself as a professional singer. I've done some random harmony hooks on some joints here and there like that. How do you decide where to put a run or decide to put an extra layover or
I
overdub?
don't. I just do it.
You just do
I
it.
I have no plans on how I'm going to do it. It's just that, and a lot of my songs are freestyle. So when
That's dope.
I go through it, I build as I go. And
That's
then I
dope.
heard like that bridge. I'm like, okay. So what I do 6 or 8 of one note. Then I'll stack it with a harmony. Then be like, oh, okay, let me do that. But I'm going to do this. But I'm going to come in later offbeat with this right here on a whole nother harmony, a whole nother note, and do 8 of those. And then I'll probably do some, but out of those 8 vocal tracks for that one harmony, 3 of those are probably done. Like, say if I'm doing like la 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 la, do like 6 of those, but I'm saying give me 8 tracks for that one note. And then 3 of those tracks, it may be 3 different ones going la 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 la, just off from those. And then I may bring something else in to layer over it. It all depends. Like my imagination just comes as I go on.
I mean, it's super impressive and dope for you to say that you just go in the booth and you basically just freestyle the
and
like
see, this is the reason I freestyle. It's because I could write something, but then what really matters is when I get behind that microphone. I may get behind the microphone and feel a whole different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I wrote to this one track that the same producer had did, but when I got behind the mic, my whole attitude was like, and that's exactly what I did. What my attitude says, like, you ain't shit. No, oh no, baby, you ain't shit. Go ahead with yourself. Shit like that. When I done wrote something totally different. But,
yeah,
when I got in there, it could have been something one of my friends are going through or something like that, but it totally had changed my mood. So when I get behind that mic, if I try to sing what I wrote, but my mood is different, I can't do it. I have to sing whatever my mood is or wherever the song is taking me at that moment.
Yeah. I feel that. There's definitely times when I've wrote something, wrote it down, and then rhymed it at the time that I wrote it. Or if I don't do that and I come back later, I rhyme it a completely different way, and then it'll be all different and fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like it won't be how I wanted to do it. So that's usually why when I do something, I make sure I do it right away. But
right.
But the fact, like I said, the fact you freestyle in the booth is super dope, because I actually love doing freestyle segments on my live show. So like I feel like I'm pretty good off the top. So it's super dope to meet somebody that freestyle sings. That's dope. That's super
And where
dope.
that comes from is just being up under RZA as long as I was, and constantly just going behind the mic and just because Prodigal, Ray would be there, Ghost would be in there, everybody would be in there, and beyond Sons of Men, everybody would be in there. And I'm like, all these niggas rhyming and shit. I'm about to do what they doing, but I'm about to sing, and they good freestylists, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of built inside of me. And then I used to always think in song, just think of what I'm feeling or whatever in song. So, that's why it's like so much easier for me to freestyle a whole song than to actually sit down and write it. But when I sit down and write a song, you would think I'm writing like I'm a lyricist or something because of the cadences of how I write.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing, especially these 2 songs. If you're saying that you went in the booth and you just, it was a vibe and you made these songs happen, that is amazing. That shit is dope. These songs came out amazing. I like this whole project. Have you showed any of the Woo heads this project?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
no one really knows about that project.
Except me. I know about it. I know what's up.
If they got Spotify and my shit happened to come up in their playlist, then they found out about it. But I didn't do any promotion on it or anything like that. You know, Ron G had hosted a mixtape for me back in 2012, 2010. A couple of them songs, you know, were on that. Sandman's Gift, like what I like to do is a lot of people are trying to remake stuff, but I like to bring the essence of those songs. Even like Mr. Sandman, I did Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream on Meths on Tikal, but I always like that old song, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, make it the cutest that I've ever seen. So I kind of incorporated that with Sandman's Gift, you know, with Dessert.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're an amazing vocalist. This is super dope to have you on here.
Thank you.
So 04, between 04 and 05, somewhere in between there, MySpace was still a thing back in the day.
Yes, where is MySpace? I need MySpace. Instagram be restricting too much.
MySpace was still a thing back in the day.
Man?
And I remember I knew who you were already, and I had hit you up on there because I was looking for people I wanted to work with that I thought would be super dope to work with on something. And we had a little interaction on some things on there, and that's when I first interacted with you ever in life.
Yo, when you said when you first interacted with me, a lot of people, I was thinking to myself, man, I hope you don't say MySpace.
I did. That's where it was back in the day. On there, talked about doing music. I mean, we never did do anything though. Just because I don't know, stars didn't align. I don't know what happened.
I was still deep into work and being a mommy.
Yeah. And that's a hard job in itself. I'm you know, I co-parent, raise two daughters. I get them half the time. So and my daughters are still young, like they're 10 and 11. So
okay.
I still got a ways.
21.
But yeah, so I already know that that's a hard job in itself. To raise kids. That's, you know, that's a full-time job. So.
Especially raising them 24/7, day in and day out. You know, not really having any time for yourself at all.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do that, but I can imagine that that's a lot of work, because it's a lot of work. Even, you know, like I said, I split, I get them every other week, and, you know, the whole week is, you know, it's a job. Making sure that things are in order, making sure they do things right, and then trying to raise them right. I mean, you know, full-time job. But yes, that's where the first thing happened back in the day. We never did make the song. If stars align at some point in time, it would be super dope to link with you on something. I'm not putting that in the show to make sure it happens or not. I'm just saying, if it does happen,
just put it in the universe.
If it does happen, it will be super dope. You're an amazing vocalist. I think we would make something dope together. Just saying, just putting it out there. But you said you have things in the works. So if you are able to talk about some of the things in the works, I would love to hear about them right now. And then, yeah, and then we'll get your info that you can put out there for people. If you even want people to know any info on how to get a hold of you. If you don't, you know, you don't have to. But yeah, what's next for Blue Raspberry?
Well, like I was saying, I'm working with Inspector Deck. I'm working, you know, Geechee Suede dropped on the album. Raekwon dropped on the album. So I have like also a homage album that I'm doing where I'm paying homage to everybody that's inspired me growing up. I don't know if you heard, you know, on one of my IG lives, I'm doing a Billie Holiday song. I'm doing some Ella songs. I'm doing shit from Stevie Wonder and Aretha Franklin. I I made All I Need by Aretha Franklin over again.
That's dope.
Yeah, you hear a little bit of Karen White in some of my stuff. Just different Shaka Khan, just different artists. And it may not be their song, it may be new production, but I'm just bringing that vocal essence,
Mm.
That's showing them like, y'all inspired me to sing the way that I do. It's like I'm trying to give all of them their flowers, because a lot of these artists be wanting to use, stuff from the OGs and not
Yeah.
act like, they were not, not even think about them being here first and being the
Mhm.
reason why they're doing certain things that they're doing right now. So that's what I'm doing with everybody that's motivated and inspired me. If you don't hear a rendition, you're going to hear that essence of those people on my Homage album.
That's dope. I mean, I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to hear the other. Do you have titles for these projects?
Well, I be changing them a lot, and I'm gonna change them until I'm on my last song.
Okay. Okay.
There's one I got called Gemini, one called Blackheart,
Mm.
and one is just straight homage.
Yeah. That's what's up. Well, that's dope. I can't wait till the projects come out. You definitely have to keep me posted. So yeah, where can people get a hold of you if you want to put that out there? To where people can keep in touch with you dropping the projects whenever they do come out. What's the best place?
The best place, I don't really be on Facebook that much anymore, but you can. I'm Candy Lindsay on TikTok, CANDILINDSEY. Instagram, official Blue Raspberry. That's where I mostly post at. And that's where you'll catch me going live singing. You'll catch me putting some of my music on there on IGTV and stuff like that. But that would be the best way to contact me.
All right, y'all heard it. At official Blue Raspberry on Instagram is the best place. Otherwise, if you want to check her on the TikTok, I mean, TikTok seems to be popping nowadays. I don't know. It's crazy.
That much, but if they got TikTok, it's Candy Lindsay, CANDILINDSEY. Facebook is Candy Blue Raspberry. No, Candy Lindsay Gross. I be changing my name on Facebook a lot too. Yes, I be changing numbers.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, I want to definitely thank you for being a part of this and us finally being able to make this happen. I know we've had to reschedule a bunch of times because life happens.
No.
But yes, it's dope. We finally got a chance to do this and have you on here. So yeah, let me just do an outro and we'll say peace.
All right.
This has been Pick Apart the Passion podcast. We got the special guest Blue Raspberry over here. And this has been brought to you by Jab Kai Media, Cypher Den Music. Shouts to my dude Rambunctious, who is the creator of Pick Apart the Passion podcast, where basically it's best to pick apart yourself to get to your passion. And like my homie Ram's father said, and we'll leave you with this, is it better to be right or kind? And you could take that with y'all. Much love, Blue Raz. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for coming on here. It's been lovely. It's been a great time.
I enjoyed it.
All right. I'll holler at you later. Peace.
Peace.